Hasain, I hope that you could start to practice yin-yang blast. Right now, Bai Yishan said quickly. Professor, I want to ask you something. Why didn't you go find an evolver or surpass her to practice your invention? Asked Hasain. I've thought about it, but yin-yang blast was based on ruler, and ruler has a requirements for those who practice it, which is the age of them should not be over 20. Although I had made a lot of improvements, the limit is still there. For those over 20, they would make very slow progress in practicing yin-yang blast. They could spend 10 years and make less progress than a young person. In a few months, Bai Yishan sighed. So I'm the most suitable candidate to practice yin-yang blast under 20. Quote. That's right. Otherwise I wouldn't go to the extreme and try to lie to you. Bai Yishan nodded. So I'm your only candidate now? Asked Hasain. Yes, it will be too late for me to go find someone else. I really hope that you can help me too. Hasain cut in before he could finish. So what can you offer me? Quote. What? Bai Yishan paused. I mean compensation. Since yin-yang blast is about to be banned, it means it's dangerous. And for me to take such a risk for you, I need to be compensated. Don't you agree? Hasain smiled. Bai Yishan hesitated. He had never seen the young man like this. He never had to ask for a favor and people always came to him and back to learn the new martial arts he invented. Okay, if it is necessary, I could pay you. How much money do you want? Bai Yishan would do anything to keep yin-yang blast relevant. 100 S-class Saint Hall licenses, said Hasain. Bai widened his eyes, as if Hasain was a lunatic. He had never seen a young man so daring. After a long while, Bai Yishan looked at Hasain and asked, Hasain, do you understand what 100 S-class Saint Hall licenses mean? Quote, you are the one who invented the S-class hypergeno arts, so what? Does it matter? If you think it's too many, 99 will do as well, said Hasain. Bai Yishan smiled reluctantly. My research only accounts for a small part of them, and even if I teach you everything that I've invented, it's far less than 100. In addition, without the geno solutions, you need to take tremendous risks to practice the hypergeno arts. So teach me everything you invented, and then give me several bottles of geno solutions for each, said Hasain. Bai Yishan looked at Hasain and said, I have signed a non-disclosure agreement with the Saint Hall, so there is no way I could teach you all that. Even if I teach you, you will also end up in jail when someone finds out about it. Also, I have no control over the geno solutions. Without justified causes, I cannot even apply for one extra bottle. Since you're not sincere about this, then forget about it. I'm sure you can easily find someone else to practice yin-yang blast. I don't think there's much I can do to help. Hasain got up and was ready to go. He had reviewed yin-yang blast, and understood that there was no harm in practicing it. The risk was mainly in its usage. Wait, I could pay you a lot of money, said Bai Yishan. Professor, I am not so poor that I would risk my life for money, said Hasain softly. There is no risk in practicing yin-yang blast. And based on your talent, you don't have to risk much using it. Bai Yishan tried to explain. I'm sorry, Professor. I'm afraid I cannot help you, said Hasain. Bai Yishan had no idea whether or not he made the right decision to pick this guy. He said helplessly, the Saint Hall gives me 2 S-class licenses per year. I have used some and given some away. Now all I have left are 5. That's all I can offer. Think about it. Can I use these licenses to purchase the hyper-geno arts beyond the unevolved level? Asked Hussein. You could use them to purchase all kinds of martial arts and hyper-geno arts in the S section of the Saint Hall, but if your fitness level is below the requirement, they would help very little even if you purchase them. Well then, if you give me the 5S class licenses, I will practice your yin-yang blast. Hussein reached out a hand in front of Bai Yishan. Because many S-class hyper-geno arts had requirements for one's fitness level, only evolvers or surpassers could practice them. Some licenses were limited to certain levels, while the ones Bai Yishan offered were universal. Hussein was satisfied with such compensation. He had reviewed yin-yang blast, and knew that it was not dangerous to practice. Bai Yishan was very glad that he had the S-class licenses with him. Otherwise this greedy devil might never agree to help him. Bai Yishan had never seen a young man like Hussein. All other young men he met were respectful and never asked for anything. After signing the contract with Hussein, Bai Yishan gave the 5 S-class Saint Hall licenses to Hussein. These universal S-class licenses would only be given to people on his level. An average professor would not even be able to have one. Giving all 5 licenses he had to Hussein, Bai Yishan felt a bit upset. Fortunately, after receiving the licenses, Hussein drank the Geno solution of yin-yang blast in front of Bai Yishan and finished the first practice, making Bai Yishan feel a little better. Although he is greedy, he did fulfill his promise. I hope that he could make yin-yang blast shine. Maybe one day yin-yang blast could be made public again. Bai Yishan tried to comfort himself.